Okay, so on that note, here comes a question that I guarantee is going to get an interesting reaction. Given that all that you've been through, how does it sit when people try to say you're an industry plant?
I think it's, we talk about academics, of course.
He's one. I saw another YouTube video as well.
That's the one I seen is him.
Right.
So I would say this, he's doing his job.
Right.
So my job is to prove him wrong. The fact that you think I'm an industry, I would love to meet him, have a conversation, explain why do you think I am.
Right.
And I explain to him why I'm not.
It seemed like his explanation was mostly like a song could never do these kind of numbers on YouTube or Spotify as an artist's first song or right out the gate, which is probably, you probably had stuff before that, but then you kind of clean up the YouTube.
Of course.
Yeah.
But I mean, honestly, it's baffling to me too. So I definitely understand where he's coming from. Oh shit, this is weird. Yes, sir. But is it happening? Most definitely.
Right.
It's reality, bro. Like, if you came to my house, academics, industry plant would be the last thing on your mind.
Right.
I live in the same fucking crib when I started this shit.
I think you guys would get along.
But I think it would too.
You drink Henny?
I don't, but I'm a smoker,
Okay.
so I'm lit.
He's not gonna like that. You might get along better with me, actually.
We get along now. No matter.
Roll up.
Oh God! Hey, you already said. Fucking tell me.
But yeah, I mean, that is a weird thing because now, I mean, there are a lot of artists who basically kind of are industry planted into the game. But I mean, as soon as I heard that song, I was like, well, I mean, I'm sure the label's helping him and stuff, but this song's a banger. Like that song is going to be a hit regardless, I think, once people found out about it. But what is a label supposed to do? The label's supposed to get you looks. They're supposed to get you on playlists. They're supposed to help promote your project or your videos, whatever. I mean, it seems like sometimes people throw people in the industry plant box a little loosely.
I never heard of industry plant until like somebody called me one. I'm like, okay, industry plant. Like, what the fuck is that? If somebody's helping you to your goal, that means you were planted. Okay, so if someone's not helping me and I don't make it, what does that mean? So you want me to not help myself just to make you feel better? Moshe Leezy is dope as fuck. He found a young nigga who ain't half shit and made me who the fuck I am today. I don't care what nobody else got to say. You can call me whatever you call me. Just call me genuine. That's it.
That.
You ain't got to call me nothing else. Just when everybody meet me, my last day on earth, I just want you to be like, yo, Morray, a solid nigga.
But it's pretty interesting that you had never even heard of that term, so you didn't even anticipate that that was going to be the kind of smear that people would throw at you. Whereas someone like me, who was like perpetually online my whole life, I definitely, like, the first thing that comes out of my mind when I watch a video like that seems like it has a decent amount of views or whatever, it comes up very quickly in my head. It's like, who's behind this? Who's making this happen? Who's pulling these strings?
I definitely don't. Like, no cap, bro. The reason why I don't, industry plant is just weird to me because I sit in my house that I've been living in for the last 2 years. Before that, the house I was living in was fucking the worst. So for somebody to call me industry plant and I'm looking at holes in my window, I'm looking at me living in the same situation that I've been living in for forever, it bothers me only this much because your opinion will never make me or break me. Actually, you got me a lot of attention, academics, so appreciate you, my guy. Thank you so much for sending people to me to check if I was and build their own opinion. I love that shit. You did your job, and your job low-key helped me. Thank you, bro.
Yeah.
I have no ill will. Thank you, bro. We lit.
I think we need better terms than just industry plant or whatever, because somebody being extremely talented, like he even said in the clip I saw him, he said, I like his music. I think he's very talented.
Facts.
You know, it's like, but I mean, that's what the label is supposed to do. It's weird that the weird thing now is that we get to see it.
Yeah.
You know, because back in the day, it was the labels petitioning XXL to put you on the cover, or trying to get your video played on MTV, but we were all blind to the process. Now it's like we kind of are up front row seats for artist development, so people feel like they can kind of have viewpoints on all that shit, you know? And
they can. At the end of the day, it's an opinion. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion.
Definitely.
You shouldn't be mad at someone because they felt a certain way about something that they've seen. He's seen me have a video. He's seen it hit a lot of views. It's weird to him. He got to be industry plant. Something's up with this guy.
But it's interesting because then now you've had all these crazy cosigns and shit, and it's kind of easy. Once you throw that industry plant term out there, people start to see everything as evidence of the industry plant thing. Like, of course J. Cole must have got the Cash App for shouting this guy out. But I mean, you're from the same city as him.
It just makes sense.
We don't have any evidence of you guys being signed to the same label or having anything in common, really, right? Besides being from the same place.
We're not signed to this. Like, I'm not Dreamville.
Right.
J. Cole is just like one of the coolest people you ever meet. Like, if people talk to J. Cole, like he's a humble ass, realistic dude. He's not gonna give it to you no way besides the truth. And the fact that he took his time out to write, amazing.
When he never says anything about anything ever.
Bro. I thought somebody was pranking me, bro. I said, ain't no fucking way, J. Cole. He from my city.
Right.
Nigga, that shit was fire as hell. Like,
Right.
bro, what the shit? Like, I wish I would have known nigga before that. I probably would have been signed in. He probably would have been shaped me. I probably would have been had music and been rich.
Right.
Like, it's weird that people think you knew these people. Man, why have I been living in the same shit, dealing with the same money? I've already had these connections. Stop playing with me. That's weird.
J. Cole probably wishes that he had noticed your talent earlier.
Nah, he got enough time for his own. He lit.
This is true.
He lit. You don't need Morray.
But J. Cole to me is like the definition of who I want to. I mean, like there's a lot of difference between us, but
yeah,
a certain part of his personality is like what I want, which is he came to my store. One dude that was his manager, not a fucking security guard or whatever. He's dressed in totally normal ass Nike Tech outfit, whatever. He's got sneakers on. The most normal shit I ever seen, and everyone who saw him could not believe how regular he was moving around.
Bro.
Like you are like one of the most important rappers of this generation. You are ridiculously rich, and you're walking around here like it is all good. That is nobody does that.
His energy, bro. He don't give off bad energy, so why would he get bad energy? Like J. Cole, his aura is like, you're welcome.
Right.
So you give him the same respect. Like, I fuck with boy, like no cap, like I really fuck. I fuck with Cole. He a cool nigga.
Definitely. What about the baby co-sign as well too? I guess
that shit was fire.
Kind of had to happen, right?
It was dope as shit. Like no, he was on his live, I guess, and he played by me. I just listened to goddamn Kurt. You feel me? I fuck with that nigga. No cap.
That's amazing.
That was a fun one for me because like I've been listening to Baby since like Wetter. Like he made me a song called Wet back in the day. Like I feel like 2008, 2018 or 17.
Okay.
Super dope. Like. I fuck with the Baby. I listen to his music a lot though. No kizzy.
Right.
Hell yeah.
He's super talented too, and I mean, those dudes both. When you really like I haven't spoken. Well, I guess I speak to the Baby from time to time, but they're like the nicest, most friendliest, approachable. I mean, obviously the Baby is kind of tough being the Baby right now. There's a little bit too much energy at times, but
I think what the Baby is the shit that I say. Like he a cool nigga, but like don't try the nigga. You feel me? Like he gon'. It seems like when you look at the Baby, he gonna treat you with respect until he feel like you being disrespectful. Now he gonna get uber disrespectful, and that's a dope individual to me. If I'm giving you respect, you giving me respect, we're lit.
I mean, that's a guy who has seen the effects of having random ass negative energy from people in person. Like, this is not like a guy who just fucking left the house for the first time. Like, he's been living this life. Like, he fucking knows exactly. And when you see him now and you see him surrounded by this army of security and they're moving super fast between shit, I mean, it's self-preservation at a certain point. He's a lick waiting to happen, and he knows it.
That nigga probably got like $1 million on his neck. So, would you walk around with $1 million on your neck by yourself? Hell no. Hey, especially not in the hood. You niggas different.
You need an army for sure.
On the game.
Okay, last one though. What about the Jay-Z playlist edition? That must have been trippy.
No, that was crazy. When you have somebody like Jay-Z who's a mogul, who's a legend, who's an OG, who don't gotta look at you at all, like literally insignificant to him.
Like, you just heard how we just talked about J. Cole and the Baby. I mean, Jay-Z is the emperor above everyone in hip hop, right? Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. He's the OG. So for him to be like, yo, I play you on my playlist, and no cap, the number 27, I love it now. That's like one of my favorite numbers because I'm 27 on his playlist.
Oh, okay, that's dope.
So I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like, the first thing I thought about was I want to be like, ho. I don't know why I want to call that nigga and be like, what's happening?
I wonder when the last time he did that was.
I don't even know it's The Rock.
Is it still The Rock? Rock Nation?
I hope so. It makes sense.
For sure. No, that's ridiculous right there. Okay, so but how do you view where you're at in your career right now in terms of, like, you know, it's very easy to have like one massive song and to sort of just not be able to reach that peak again. And I'm sure you're pretty focused on making sure that's definitely not the case. Where do you view where you're at right now and how everything's going and shit?
I really feel like I have a lot more learning to do, and I'm excited for it. I'm excited for the new things I'm gonna learn with music and the new pitches, the new tempos, the new terms, the new this. I just want to learn as much as I can to be as good as I possibly can. Because I feel like now that I have made it after trying to for so long, now it's up to me to perfect it and work harder than I've ever done. Like, I hope this mixtape that come out, it really help people get to know exactly who I am more and feel more closer to me. So when I start dropping this album, it's gonna be crazy.
Right.
I can't wait to drop over the bitch.
That's dope though. Like you just feel like you've learned so much about music and about what kind of music you want to make that, you know, you've only been famous for this short period of time, but you know, there's a lot of work that you want to do behind the scenes in terms of just making your shit as good as possible.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I really want to learn how to engineer myself. Like, I've never tried it before, like ever. It looks like Chinese arithmetic to me.
A lot of the
It's
goats,
hard.
Young Thug, he'll have the mic right here and he'll be just like sitting there engineering his own shit. Like, and then he'll
At the same time?
and then he'll like whisper like one bar and then go, you know, punch himself in and all that stuff. So it's
Thug, you the GOAT.
It's kind of crazy, like how many people do
crazy.
that. Yeah.
I want to do that. I want to like no cat. That shit is crazy.
Yeah.
I was talking about simple as like pressing record and EQing, but that sounds even better.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure at some point maybe he gets some help from somebody else, but I guess he's so tapped into what he wants to be doing on beats that he just kind of handles himself.
I really look up to, like, now that I'm in the music, I look up to, like, you know, those Thug and Breezy and Future and Drizzy, like the way how you can be in the game for so long and still be creating so much dope ass music. Their brains are fucking immaculate. Like, it's I don't listen to music, oh, that sounds good now. Now I'm like, oh, this nigga's a genius.
Right.
Like, what made you think about this shit? Like, it's like a pretty flower when you listen to new music and it blossom, and now you got other flowers popping out. Like, how the fuck did you even come up with this combination?
And the more into it you get, like, I feel like when I kind of came in the game, mostly just interviewing underground rappers, but then pretty quickly it just forced me to like really realize like how great a Drake or a Thug or a Future is. Like the level of progression that they've done, like how good they continue to be. Once you really get used to working with a lot of smaller artists, then you can really see like, oh, there's a reason why all these guys are considered the GOATs.
I promise you, like, no cap. Let me see. I was at the studio. I walked in on Wiz, and like to see him in person, I was like, oh, this nigga really tall as hell for one. That shit crazy.
Right.
But like hearing the process, like, yo, you still making this fire ass music. Like, I still remember Black and Yellow.
Right.
And now you got all this hot. You still making hot shit. Like, what the fuck? I gotta keep up. This shit is hard work.
His shit's trippy too because he ended up basically having the heights of his career were like mega pop smashes, and like his day-to-day style is basically, you know, he's a chill, laid-back rapper, whatever. But he's like, some of these songs, like his hit fucking monster pop hits, it's ridiculous.
Incredible, bro. Incredible, bro.
Definitely. So you stay out here now, or?
Hell no, I started living in Fayetteville.
Okay.
I came here to work on a mixtape, make sure everything is straight and line everything up.
You think of moving at some point, or you're trying to hold down the energy? See, that's smart.
I think, you know, I think like living out different places is dope, but there's nothing like home.
Yeah.
Like, I want to walk outside my door, smell that country dirty ass air, stretch, get my little bit, and back in the crib.
LA will change your spirit, my friend. It's a different vibe out here for sure, and
it's more fun though.
That hometown vibe of just having like, you know, like just I mean, it's just different. Like the energy out here is the same energy that everybody's feeding off.
Yeah.
You know, and it can get stale pretty easy.
It's palpable of like how the
like
air
I don't
is.
know. I've never had a rapper say palpable on the podcast before. I don't
shit.
think. That was good. I like that. Yeah.
It's very thick in the air. Like, it's very different. Like, when you come to LA, like it feels like, okay, work. Boom, got you.
Very businessy.
North Carolina, where I'm from, when I get off the plane in Fayetteville, it's like, okay, shit, take my shoes off, put my foot up, order some fucking barbecue, and let's get crazy. Let's go grill. And I love that I can just be myself there. I can be like ratty shorts, ratty t-shirt, go take out the trash.
Yeah.
And I love that shit. I love that shit.
No, yeah. Much respect, man. Okay. Anything that the fans should be looking forward to? Anything you want to have them ready for?
I'm definitely trying to drop this video for Trenches very soon. Okay. So I'm working on that hard. It's a song that's going to be on my mixtape. Please look out for that too. It's coming very soon. I'm working hard for it. Just be on the lookout maybe end of April, early May.
Definitely. Hell yeah. Wow, big fan, man, and you know, shout out to everything you have going. It's a very inspiring story, and your personality, I think, will guide you through whatever bullshit the industry gonna throw you at, because you got that good ass personality and a good energy, and I think that like the fans will gravitate towards it, and the people will just resonate with that shit, man.
I appreciate that. Like, thank you for even having me. This shit was fun as fuck. The interview was dope.
Hell yeah.
Great questions, bro. I felt like super chill, my nigga.
My pleasure, man. Morray, my guy.
Let's get it.
No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world. Check us out on YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes. Like, comment, and subscribe. NoJumper.com if you want to support. Appreciate you, man.
Know the vibes.